Hey guys, thanks so much for being here with me. I hope you're all doing great. Cleansing. Spirit, Source, and my divine team, I call on you now. Clear this space. Clear my mind. I set aside ego, bias, and personal story. Use me as your vessel, your voice, your oracle, and the only truth come through. So be it. So this message is going to be a little different. I apologize for any background noises. As I've said before, I have familiars and I live kind of amongst nature, so trying to keep it to a minimum and later increase my volume and audio. Anyhow, so I've been called now for a few days to kind of get this message out. So there's someone out there. Remember to take what resonates and use your own discernment, but there's someone out there that this is going to resonate with. You've been feeling restless, like nothing's ever enough, like you've been running a race with no finish line. You've worked, you've pushed, you've sacrificed, yet still there's something missing, isn't there? You've been chasing goals and milestones and people's approval, whether you will admit to that or not. You've been caught in this hustle culture and trauma patterns in the grind and survival mode. Maybe you grew up in chaos. Maybe you grew up in lack. Maybe you learned that busy meant worthy, that rest was lazy, and struggle was love. I know what that's like. I've thought about money and lack since I can remember. As a kid, I watched other kids in the neighborhood for cash, babysit, walk dogs, help the elderly. When you grow up poor, there's always the hustle to be had, right? It's like you're hardwired to recognize opportunities, good or bad, to make a buck. And at 14, I was working under the table, with no work permit, and had side hustles at 14. And before long, I was a young mom, doing everything I could to give my kid the life I didn't have, working overtime, pushing past exhaustion, chasing every opportunity that I thought might be good for us, thinking that would make me a better mom. Don't get me wrong, I made time for my kid, I made lots of sacrifices, and still I see now that, sometimes she probably just needed me to be present. Not clocking overtime, not hustling. And maybe you felt that too, that gut check moment, when you realize you've been everywhere but here. Now. But this message is not about, guilting working parents by any means. I'm here to tell you that you're allowed to break that cycle. You're allowed to stop running. You're allowed to sit in peace and let it just wash over you and not feel guilty about it. But first, you've got to know that when you've lived in this fight or flight for so long, peace will feel like boredom. No joke. Safety feels foreign. Stability sometimes might even piss you off. You know, you might push it away without knowing why. You might pick a fight just to feel something familiar, or maybe just to feel anything at all, right? That's trauma. That's your trauma. Trauma taught you that chaos is love. Trauma taught you that urgency is normal, that waiting for the other shoe to drop means you're prepared. And unlearning it, that is the real work. That's why this spiritual path is not all love and light. Sometimes it's sitting in a quiet room feeling like you want to crawl out of your skin and just breathing through it instead of blowing up. Sometimes it's saying, I'm safe, I'm loved, I'm here, through tears. And sometimes it's saying, I'm pissed, I'm grieving, I'm scared, and letting all of that be true. And that path, that spiritual path, that's what really saved me. I mean, I stopped chasing. I was okay with receiving. I stopped hustling and started trusting. I stopped drowning myself in distractions and started allowing myself to sit with it. It's so hard. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy. It was awkward as hell at first. I didn't know what to do with quiet. I didn't know what to do with peace. I didn't know how to rest. I didn't know how to decide what the hell I wanted for dinner once I was alone. I didn't know how to love myself without conditions. And now when it's quiet, when all I hear are the birds singing, I'm thankful. Because I know what it's like to live in a war zone. But it gets better. And you can get better. Because underneath all that noise and chaos and addiction to movement, or maybe you even have other addictions, I don't know, you are enough. So if you've been feeling that restlessness, like there's just something missing, you know, maybe it's not out there. Maybe it's in here. And maybe you're finally ready to come home to yourself. So let me pull just one card for you. Spirit, what do they need to know right now? I'm going to pull from the medicine woman. Oracle deck. Beautiful deck. Funny enough, I'm shuffling this. A card from another deck was accidentally mixed in. And it's from what I call my yes no deck. And it's a Queen of Hearts. And it says, yes, but be sensitive to the needs of others. So that's interesting. And could be significant for you. Spirit, what do they need to know right now? Number 32, speaking out. Your voice is released. Express yourself frankly. I'm going to read from the book to see the longer meaning of it. Where is it? 32, speaking out. That card's interesting too. Your voice is released. Express yourself frankly. Message. Behind the veils of the mystery of our being, a voice is looking to make itself heard. Our own unique voice. Messenger of our intimacy expressing itself in the world. Our voice grows with us and evolves. From our first cry to our final words, our voice says everything there is to know about us. Our joys, troubles, and desires. When we lose ourselves, our voice can sometimes hoarsen or disappear. The medicine of speaking out is our thread to move out of darkness or the shadows into light. Guidance. Freeing your voice will open the way of your destiny. Too long stifled or silenced, the voices of women are being released. And of course, this can, if you're masculine, apply as well. It is no longer time for you to murmur or whisper, but to make your voice heard fully. Whatever the situation, express yourself authentically. Overcome your fears of being judged or rejected. What do you really have to say? Are you keeping a secret? Do you have anger inside you? This is the right time to break the silence and speak your truth. If you need help, turn towards sound, voice, or song therapies for guidance. Your medicine action. Make time to calm your voice so you can speak out clearly and without any aggressiveness. Sacred vocal practice. In the Tibetan tradition, chanting the sound ah, A, that's what it says, relaxes tension and anger. By opening the mouth and thus releasing the lower jaw, it thereby opens the door to cross the limits of the conscious. Sitting down, breathe in deeply. Then, breathing out, say ah, opening your mouth wide. This sound invites your ordinary consciousness to relax and raises your vibratory rate. You are connected to the divine, to the luminous. You can now make space for considerate communication. If you find this difficult, try breathing in Ravasthara essential oil, which helps to regulate the throat chakra. Choose your words with care. They create the world around you. Navajo wisdom. It's a beautiful message. Thank you, Spirit. Send you light, love, and healing, and I hope this helped.